Okay, class, this is a quick video of how to use Smooth Scroll in your website. So there's a couple moving parts in this. First, you want to add the JavaScript to the head of your index. So this is let me try to organize my code a tiny bit here, a little bit of JavaScript that makes a smooth scroll happen. So it has to be in the head of your document. So between these two tags, I'm going to put it after my CSS. I'm going to paste that in. So what we have here is one external link to some JavaScript jQuery that lives outside on the web at this URL. So you can see it says this is the start of a script and this is the end. And then another start of a script with a little bit of code that basically says, it creates a function that when we click Ahref, when we click on the name, the ID, we want it to smooth scroll and animate to that section. So a lot of fanciness just for that, but we're going to make sure that's in the head, part one. And then part two, we have to create some IDs for this to work. So for instance, right now in my nav, I have two buttons, and I'm going to change the text of this one to be home and the second one to be section 2, right? So that's the clickable text. Now right now I just have pounds in the href, but I have to change this. I'm going to keep the pound, but this I'm going to say pound home, and this one I'm going to say section 2. This name could be anything though. It could be apples, it could be oranges, it could be bananas. It doesn't matter. It's nice when it makes sense. So here I have pound home, and this is pound section 2. And we know at this point that pounds symbolize IDs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to where section 2 is. It's all the way down here at the bottom. I put a lot of filler text in, so this will scroll. And I want this to be the section. So I have to add an ID to the section. That ID name has to be the exact same as you said in your nav. So I called it section 2 at the top. This is an ID equals section 2. So those two match. I'm going to do the same thing. I want my home button to go back to the top of the page. So I'm going to add this to the header, whatever div you want it to scroll to, and I'm going to call this one home. Notice again how the ID name matches the exact pound name in the Ahref. All right, let's hit save and let's preview that. So I'm going to click on my section 2, and we scroll down to the bottom. Perfect. But now I want to make sure, like if I wanted to go to the top, I have to scroll back up anyhow. So if we made this whole black bar fixed or sticky so it stays to the top, that would probably be easier. So let's jump back here one more time, and I want the nav bar or the header to stay fixed. So let's go to our style, and I'm going to put, I'm adding this to my nav, position fixed, and then I'm just going to say top : 0, so it stays at the top of the page. I'm going to hit Command S again. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to refresh to make sure it has refreshed, and let's hit section 2 now. Perfect. And if I hit home, it goes back to the top. So what we created here is a smooth scroll transition for our different sections of the website.